you have to identify the existing risk controls, kung ano na yung mga available na risk controls given your current laboratory conditions. And this is your hierarchy of risk controls. So most effective will be elimination. So when we say elimination, you identify a particular hazard, you eliminate the cause of that hazard. So for example, if you're dealing with very toxic or very reactive chemicals, if there is a way for you to eliminate or remove that part of the process, then that will be good. That will be actually the most effective means of risk control. If not, if you can instead find a replacement for that chemical, then that is identified as substitution. So for example, in reductive amination, so in reductive amination, you make use of sodium cyanoborohydride. So this is actually a very flammable and toxic chemical. You can replace it with something that is less toxic and less reactive, which is, for example, picoline borane. So that will be a replacement, a less hazardous replacement for your sodium cyanoborohydride. For engineering controls, dito papasok yung mga equipments that are available in the lab, such as your, of course, in biological safety, considering biological safety, if you're working with microorganisms and different biological agents, you have different levels, biosafety levels, and different requirements for the different biosafety levels. So BSL-2, may basic requirement ka for biosafety cabinet as well as negative pressure ventilation. BSL-3, you have additional requirements further. If you have to go BSL-4, then mas rigid or mas strict yung mga requirements for BSL-4. And this is depending on the risk level of the agents that you are dealing with. So meron tayo na less, hindi masyadong hazardous, those that can be done on benchtop as long as you practice proper or good microbiological practices, then that is considered like BSL-1. Then of course you have those that are of relatively higher risk. Then you have BSL-2, and BSL-3 and BSL-4 are for those that are more of the infectious kinds, and especially in BSL-4 is those that are really deadly, and there is known or like there's no immediate or established cure or treatment for that particular infection. So yun, meron tayong mga different BSL levels. Now, engineering controls again will include your laboratory equipments, biological safety cabinets, fume hood, the negative pressure conditions, etc. So this isolates the people from the hazard. Yung administrative control naman, they change the way the people work. So this will include your SOPs, work instructions, provision of the proper training, establishment of the protocols, etc. And yun, papasok din dito yung risk assessment mo. So to conduct proper risk assessment, establish and identify the risk controls. Lastly, yung pinaka-last level of defense or risk control will be your PPE. So actually minsan parang kino-consider siya na baligtad, di ba? Parang first line of defense ko is PPE. Pero actually it's actually the least effective. And so parang last resort mo na siya. Although of course this is the one that is more mas nakikita, siya yung mas obvious, but actually it is at the last level of defense na. So this is meant to protect the worker, given na hindi lahat na control can be provided by the other risk controls, then dito tayo papasok.